Greetings and salutations, loathsome sinners. Once again, it is I, Alastor, and the radio demon, your hotelier, here on the Moonshadow Mystery Channel. And once again, we are in VR chat, visiting a favorite locale of ours, the Has-Been Hotel Revived. Let's just drop on in and see who's there.
Oh, you have no idea how dirty this shit is.
A lot more reserved than I expected it would be this time of day. Oh, beg your pardon? Well, it appears we're just in time for a duet between Angel Dust and one of my doppelgangers of all people. Greetings and salutations. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just looking about.
That's the best soundboard I've heard.
I'm not using a soundboard.
Oh, wow.
Yes, permit me to introduce myself properly. Alastor, the radio demon, hotelier of the Has-Been Hotel. Though you may know me as Moonshadow Mystery on the YouTubes.
Off on a fight?
Now, why would I fight such a handsome devil?
My other friend joined, y'all would get so mad at him.
Let me guess, Vox.
It would be three of y'all, because he always puts on an angel. He puts on it.
Oh, when you said we'd be mad, I thought for sure it was Vox. If it's just another one of me, the more the merrier.
What if he put on Valentino?
That'd be your problem, not mine. Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
I'm inviting him back.
That's a shame. I really do hate when my doppelgangers just up and leave.
Your doppelgangers?
Yes, my lookalikes. My clones, if you will.
You're making this sound like this is normal. Please stop.
Well, yes, some of us, unfortunately, are not technologically inclined.
Why is that your bottom? Or whatever. Bro, my status is I am done.
Well, I suppose I've no issue with accepting a request from someone who's as enthusiastic as you. I must say, it's nice to see how the young folks have adapted to these times. Oh, don't mind me. Go on about your business.
Honestly, I don't like the remix of
Oh, you're drawing quite the crowd.
Okay, but I have it on. Wait, you want to do what? Hang on, I already turned on. Okay, but
Oh, well now. Invader Zim, the voice of Moxie. How delightful.
rush away. You think your life is wrecked. You
I did to try my own self. I don't think they would appreciate Husker's voice coming out of my mouth. Part of me thinks that these should not be singing this song. My, my sensibilities are telling me so. Well, for a soprano and alto cover, that wasn't too shabby. I'm sure the viewers on the YouTubes will be quite satisfied, if not a bit uncertain. We'll allow them to have their time in the spotlight. Perhaps we'll go to a different locale. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I choked a little bit there unintentionally. Well, if it isn't my little feline self. Now, perhaps we can find a better locale. Where is it in my list? Normally it's right here. That's... Oh, there it is. I was overlooking it. I have no idea what's going on, but this is absolutely hilarious.
Didn't you like work for me yesterday?
Yeah, now I'm not feeling it. I just like.
Hmm. Oh, there it goes, finally. Ah, there we go. Now everything's coming up.
And maybe and then 4-year-old Darren. I think it's mainly racist. I met a nuisance yesterday. Oh,
Oh yeah, I fucking heard about that. Nuisances.
Why are you so short and plump?
And why do you look like a Waluigi?
I don't know whom that is, but I'll take your word for it.
Say a what the now?
Well, now, if it isn't Husker, my good friend.
Gay.
I wouldn't know. I never inquire about such personal things.
I mean, he says really gay shit more than me.
Well, considering how well I know you, Angel, I'll take your word for that.
Fucking
Okay,
joke.
oh, that makes a lot of sense. That makes
Hmm.
Boy toy named Troy used to live in Detroit.
How is that? I'm like, speaking of great, period.
What?
If I find a short one,
It's Drake.
Well, let's take a look around the rest of the hotel. Perhaps we'll see some familiar faces.
I'm a loser. Are you a chooser and a dummy? But at least I know I'm not alone. Just like me.
I do love karaoke.
I got an appetite for sampling every fucking sex toy.
Hmm. No, nothing here.
I'm going to cry.
Well, this is quite different than what I had hoped. Let's try a different locale. Perhaps we'll swing by my room and grab some fresh venison to fuel us for the adventures ahead. Apologies. I realize here lately, coughing. I've had this very persistent tickle within my throat that I've just not been able to get rid of. Hmm. No, none of this either. No, we don't wish to go back to that. Why don't we return to hell of a has-been world? Oh, I don't know. Demonology has a few people. Well, there's nothing wrong with using sound bites if you absolutely insist upon doing something in character. Although I personally prefer not to. After all of you loathsome sinners have heard me singing my heart out. As a matter of fact, just the other day with the lovely sinner, you got to hear the first part, well, what's written, of a custom song that I've been writing. Sadly, I've hit a little bit of a roadblock with trying to get the lyrics sorted. That is the first time it's been featured even here on the channel. What's going on in here? Well, this is far from what I had anticipated. Well, hell has been world it is. Well, it hasn't been that long since I came here. I wonder why it had to go through all this. Very unusual. Perhaps my voice is still a little strained from all this that I've been doing of late. don't see a age check on that. That's usually not a very good sign.
Men who had one broke.
Hmm. We'll be ignoring that. Like the tall and lanky fellows. Hmm. Well, off to Pride it is. Well, this is quite the cavalcade. I certainly hadn't anticipated on this many people. Hmm. Well, that was certainly something. I suppose we're not going to have any sort of good fortune meeting any of our usual cast of characters from the hotel. I have a feeling I'm going to regret this. Fine, very well. Though I have a distinct feeling this individual should not be where I suspect the kind of occasion this is going to be. Here's hoping I don't regret this decision. Well, I suppose if I do, we'll learn the hard way, won't we? Yes, I certainly have a feeling I'll be leaving this establishment rather quickly. What in the Sam Hill is this? Well, I've no idea where this is, but I believe I shall be returning to hell. Yes, I felt rather uncomfortable in such an establishment. Again, apologies. I don't know what is causing this persistent tickle within my throat, but it is rather irritating. Well, I suppose the best thing to do now is to put it behind me and go back to what I do best. Mind, I would have no objections to interacting with friends. That said, I believe I've ever been here. Well, we were going to eventually look at Blitz's apartment event at some point. May as well do it now while there's an opportunity. And little else to do. Here's hoping it's not too sleazy. I strongly suspect it's not the sort of a place I would normally go. Hmm. This is much cleaner than I thought it would be. Honestly, I'm rather impressed. Although the kitchen state is about what I expected. Well, that said, I suppose he is. And Ms. Luna's room, her boudoir, is far more typical than I anticipated. Well, my merchandise certainly is not surprising. Applejack, Pinkie Pie, Twilight Sparkle Rarity, but no Fluttershy or Rainbow Dash. How surprising. Hmm. Well, the facilities at the very least look rather usable. And what I wonder is this. Perhaps just a closet. After all, we do know that Blitz sleeps on the couch, the sofa. Oh, well, there they are. No wonder I couldn't see them. He had them down here under the entertainment console. That makes a lot more sense. Well, overall, not too shabby, I say. I've certainly seen far worse by far. One person here, I may as well stop in. I don't believe we've been to this one in a while, so this is at least somewhat different. Perhaps not extremely so, but at least enough to offer a slight change of venue. I wonder what of our doppelgangers might be present. Well, we will now very shortly see. Hmm. All rather quiet. Hmm. Quite difficult to say as to where this other little one might be. Hmm. It's as if they left already. Perhaps they're the shy type, and when I arrived they decided to vacate themselves. Vacate themselves. I'm apparently struggling to words today. Well, we'll take on this. Well, we were already there. This video, I'm afraid, is not going to be very entertaining at this rate. Especially with this persistent cough. Honestly, I really wish it would go away so it would stop interrupting.
No, he did not. Stop.
You're the passive, so this does not happen.
Oh, well, now it truly is hell. There's more than one Adam. The light does make one wonder. If there's two of you,
If you
which
want,
one of you is truly the first man?
multiple of us, you could blame
But
Draymond
I'm a cat
because
from the future.
yeah,
I will
Draymond is
take your word on that, as I'm unfamiliar with you.
he has a future self and he's my past self.
Well, this is all
Because I
rather disturbing.
I'm about. Hey, get you want to know what happens in the future? You want to know what happens?
Oh, the only thing that matters in the future is that we all die.
No, basically this is what happens. I become your roommate. I become your roommate.
Now that is nightmarish. Although you do realize that my current roommate is an alligator.
Angel, how's it been? Hey, Angel, how's it shake?
Hmm. Well, there's not much happening here. Hey, Tell, why was it you were inviting me to that city establishment? Well, that would have been rather difficult given my restrictive state.
Angel. You like this, right? You like this, right? You like it?
Hello
Right?
there, tall possum. I'm
I literally didn't even have your avatar on.
Hello there.
Come on,
Down
eat the
here.
lip, eat the lip.
What
Oh
the hell
my.
is that?
Eat it.
So many fat nuggets, and
Headphones.
Come on, I know you want the lip.
I believe I'm at least somewhat familiar with you.
Come on, just
Miles
pretend.
Tails Prower, is it?
Hey, why are you doing that? Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I'm still in the wrong time zone. Yeah, I still forgot.
Yeah, you are.
Listen,
Well, they're
listen.
having
Let me
fun at
explain.
least.
You explain how I'm nicer. I'm
I hate you right now, but in the future, for some reason, he likes you.
no. Apparently, I come back here. I come down here. And that's what happens.
Well, the balcony has quite a view, but there's nothing occurring today. Hmm, how
So,
droll.
correct me if I'm wrong, but the future has consequences.
Save me.
Pray tell from what?
I'm nice. I'm nice. It was just an offer. I'm nice. It's just an offer. I'm a nicer. I'm a nice one, man.
Well, Angel, I suppose
So
now
funny.
you understand
So
how it
funny,
feels.
strawberry.
Wait, didn't you like
What?
quote die?
Yeah, haven't you
He
ever
almost
heard
died by
of?
Nifty.
No,
Great.
never
Take back
again.
the life
Never by the Mike Wazowski. No.
Why you use it?
Story. Hey, hey, turn this off. Turn this off.
I just said that's wrong. Long story.
How about we just stay as friends, and then when I get back to my turn,
Hmm.
we'll talk.
If I'm not mistaken, that is from, what is it, was it called? Psychonauts or something along that line.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Future's the future. So look at me. Yeah. Future.
Hmm.
How you miss? How you miss me? Miss me, miss
Not gonna
me.
miss you this time.
Oh, okay. Man.
Oh, nothing,
Man.
just finding
Just
it
like
quite
fans have been.
humorous.
Right, what?
Oh, I'm just
Kind of
finding it rather
because
humorous that the only truly
I'm
bright
the
thing
lowest
about
of
you is
stuff
your
at the
wardrobe.
same time. Which is weird because there's well, I'm just putting my own tunes because I like them. Now this is
So you're a bundle of sticks, because you do realize that's what that term means.
if his nose
No,
was
that's
stuck.
because that's what it is.
Everyone thinks they're a
Oh
comedian.
no,
How
Darren caught me. Oh,
insightful.
she's gonna tell me to eat a lot of crap. She's probably gonna tell me to eat a pot berry pie.
Do,
Man,
do,
okay, you know
do
what?
you
You know
need
what?
an inhaler?
Probably gonna
Because you
eat
sound like you're out of
Angel
breath.
recommended toaster strudel.
rotisserie chicken.
That's called asthma.
Meals.
Hence why I'm asking if he requires an inhaler. That's rather concerning.
Son eats food. How's there a
I know you
rotisserie
don't.
chicken in
Hmm.
here?
Correct me if I'm
I love
wrong,
rotisserie chicken.
but is your appearance from, what was it, a Psychonauts?
You know the name, you know the person. Correct.
Well, I don't recall the name of the character, but I do seem to recall the franchise to a degree.
Raz.
I
Hmm.
love rats.
Raz,
Pretty
eh?
cool. I love rats.
Just one little nibble.
Well, that is certainly a catchy name.
Oh man.
You know the whole
Well,
psychonaut.
give it to her.
Well, I'm very loosely familiar with it, not all that caught up to speed on the modern medias.
That's it. Black metal.
What the heck?
Ew. People like it. Now it's your turn.
Well, that was most expected.
Hi there, Strudel.
Is that truly the only thing you have to say? Well, that is a very intriguing appearance. Well, it's no worse than that arrogant eel.
Hey,
Hmm. Well, this has become quite the cacophony.
yeah, I'm just gonna run away from you.
And I had originally picked the lounge because it's usually less crowded, but that is getting rather insane. And I ought to know from insane. After all, I have a whole song about it.
I'm getting Alex. Get your buddy back.
That's fair.
Shut your bitch ass up. No one asked you. Anyway, like I said, yeah, no one.
Hmm.
I think that's sound too has recognized it.
Ah, yes, some peace and quiet. We truly do need to clear out this cellar at some point.
There's people over there. Oh, it's over here.
Oh my god, I'm dead.
Hmm? Well, and here I thought I was the only one down here.
Come here.
Fix me, please.
Heavens.
I am needed. Please fix me. Please.
Well, I know not what's occurring, but that is rather distorted.
I love these hand puppet avatars.
Oh, terrific. We've got an exorcist in the basement. Hmm. Well, who do you call to get rid of that sort of pest?
Place.
Yes, someone say my name.
I will torture you for the rest of your life, so be sad about it.
I've been in hell for 92 years. I don't think there's much more you can do.
Send dick pic. It's much more I can do.
You don't have to pay
Everyone,
financial
beat the
compensation.
shit out of a cow.
Why, this is quite the cavalcade of characters all convalescing together.
Can I eat Alastor, Adam? Can I eat
That
Alastor?
thing is getting weird.
Oi, rude man.
My thing is not
Oh,
looking
you're
good.
dead.
My, so much together it makes it
It's
quite
getting
hard to
way
tell
too
what's
light.
occurring.
Rude man.
Yo.
What?
I love how Alistair
The only way to get a good look around would be from the balcony. Oh yes, we're doing this again. First it was an eel, now it is whatever this is. Well, I'm at least familiar with that triangular fellow.
Hang on, my fuck Dave Jones.
Okay, where's my real lady cry? Hold on.
Oh my, that's quite a tall one there.
I'm so happy.
Alastor!
You're so blindingly white I can't see a thing.
I'm gonna throw the I'm throwing the nuke.
Well, I'm
That's right.
somewhat impressed. Liberty Prime.
Ain't no good
Who
take.
would have thought one of the other features on this program was to be in here?
Fuck it, I'm being a musician with you. Fuck it. Hey, bring it on me. Come on, join the song for me.
I need Jesus here.
Yes, yes, yes. For some reason, eels and other wide-mouthed things love to try and devour me.
Actually, no. Let's play the
Oh,
banjo.
look at you.
Okay, now that one I know belongs down here.
Yes, you.
Preston Garvey, we all know why you're here in hell, and no one needs an explanation as to why.
Find your.
Endless fetch quests.
Banjo moment. It's impossible.
No, because I'm asking now. I'm a dragon, honey.
Oh heavens, it's Christ with a Glock. We have an escapee from the Devil Artemis universe, it seems.
Flame heart.
Yeah, there's different Skypes
Okay.
using Ping. So I'm like before this one.
I have yet to take over Flameheart.
Well, I know not where our compatriot went, but I believe I'm done here. Do excuse me, everyone. My apologies, loyal viewers. I had to go check on something. I'm actually having to respond to messages on my mobile phone. I suppose it is more convenient than sending letters, but still.
Okay, screw this. I'm not playing Skype. We're both dying, bro. We're both dying. Hey, do you want to eat this? We're both gonna die from this nuclear bomb. Do you want to eat it? Too flimsy.
Oh, great. Of course I was followed by this
graphics.
mountainous maw.
It's this guy. It's this guy. No,
What
it's
is
this
this
guy.
for?
It was bad enough when I was being followed around by an eel. Now I'm being followed around by whatever this spiky monstrosity is. What were you trying to inquire? Well, this is quite the nonsense, even for this channel.
TV head. Fucking TV head. TV head.
We'll try one more locale before we call this a day. Oh, greetings and salutations. I your inquiry. Oh, well, I'd be happy to oblige. I'm 36. Well, of course I'm old. I've been in hell for 90 years.
I did not mean you like that. You just surprised me there. I'm sorry.
I mean, I've been down here since 1933. It shouldn't be that much of a shock that I'm ancient.
Do you want catnip?
I mean, I have seen.
No thank you. I don't know if I could even ingest it. Besides, it's not made of meat.
Do you want cat food?
Well, that depends. You have any stray cats lying around? So personally, I'd rather be feasting upon loathsome sinners. Oh, I don't think it's all that crazy. I mean, I did devour a bunch of just a couple of months ago. Of all the what now? I didn't quite catch that, but I'll take your word on it.
For me. Yep.
I don't know what I'm seeing, but it appears to be flickering.
Someone has an avatar that has a gun.
Well, this doesn't appear to be an avatar. It's some sort of riot shield.
Crash because of it. So whoever
Ah, Miss Charlie. Well,
Get your
in
motherfucking
a rush today. Well, I suppose it's understandable with this many guests. There's quite a bit to do.
Hello.
Oh, hell. Of course, we'd have Mammon visiting. Everyone watch your wallets.
everyone should watch their wallets with him.
No, I know.
This is pure chaos.
I'm trying to find cat. I'm not trying to
Oh, I know that song. It's by a band named Aha. Well, perhaps I'll check upon the kitchen. Quite a bit of supplies, but nothing cooking. I'll be thankful when Gordon Ramsay finally kicks the bucket. Well, that said, perhaps we can get Jeffrey Dahmer in here, though Miss Charlie would never approve. What, pray tell, is this? I may not be a culinary expert, but this looks absolutely grotesque.
I got you a snack.
Oh, well, I appreciate the thought. I just don't do those sweet things. But thank you very much for your consideration. Well, Miss Charlie's certainly up and vanished on us. Well, if it isn't an oh so familiar doppelganger.
How's you been?
I've been quite well. How have you been? It's been quite a while.
Hold up. Give me a minute.
Oh, yes, of course, you would turn in box of all people, but then again, I suppose seeing as you're a friend, I'll overlook it.
Yeah, but I just put down my hand. Okay.
Say what now?
You're short. Very short.
Or perhaps you're just overly tall, trying to compensate, are we?
Yo. But I think we felt taller than you.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes. Yes, that's quite the what is it like? We all know you're the
Alpha. Wait, fuck, wrong word. Because I'm poor.
I can barely comprehend you with the static. I realize that happens when we get too close.
Oh, yeah.
But what was that about an alpha? What is that? Some biblical reference?
I don't know.
Well,
I just
either
had to see
way,
you.
what have you been up to?
A bit good.
Hmm. Yes, there's been quite a few changes since the last time you were in here. So many to visit. Yes, yes, I did visit the tailor and got a new wardrobe of late. I'm glad you noticed. It took quite a while to find one, though I do hate to take my business away from Vaya.
What's the point if you wear the same clothes every day?
Well, not every day. I mean, I do have multiples. But sometimes it's good to get a fresh take.
Yo, hold up. Give me this shit. That's what I find. Every day.
I did not see what it is you had. Oh, heaven, that is a rather large... You did not get that from Angel Dust's room, I hope.
It smells. Well, yes, I got for Angel Dust's room.
I would go and have yourself tested.
Oh, what does he do with it?
It's probably best that I not mention it, particularly since we have one of fair means in our company.
Bullshit. Oh,
I do hope you wash your hands. That apparently is Angel's room.
Bleh.
I think they're trying to.
Bleh.
I would probably recommend washing your hands.
My apologies. Were you trying to say something, my dear? I couldn't quite hear you.
Yoinkies belong.
I'm gonna go back to that. I was trying to love it.
Bleh.
Oh, hold on. It's just
Bleh.
I know not what's going on, but it's rather humorous. Ah, well, another doppelganger. Delightful.
So many strawberry pimps.
Yes, yes, where does that term even come from?
Bleh.
I believe I can safely blame you, Angel, for getting that harassment as being referred to as the quote-unquote strawberry pimp.
Oh, that's
Bleh.
just the nickname I gave you.
Bleh.
It's the
Bleh.
nickname I gave you.
Why are there so many little vampire things around?
Bleh. Bora, faz eco. Bleh.
Oh, hell. I know not what's going on, but I appear to be attracting quite the magnet of tidy little things.
Bleh. 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 Oh shit,
Bleh.
Well, I suppose we can make this a little bit harder.
Make an army, Blair.
Good luck biting a shadow, young ones.
Blair. Blair. Blair.
Well, this is all rather bemusing. Ah, a fellow Alastor who goes to Via for their tailoring.
That's a great Alastor.
Oh my god.
Are you referring to the wardrobe or the voice?
There's four of them there.
Oh no, they're multiplying. They're like amoebas.
It's like a virus.
This is most amusing. Oh no, there's even more of them. There's like, I see at least 5 of them.
It's time for Halloween. Don't come to my house or else I'll suck your dick. Blood. I'll suck your blood.
I have to do it.
Do we have anyone that represents HR in the hotel? I believe I need to have a discussion with him. No human resources officer? What is that Charlie thinking?
I thought you would be I thought you would be the officer here.
Well, I offered, but Miss Charlie was afraid I would eat anyone who brought up a complaint. Fair enough.
Well, I feel like anyone who complains should deserve to be eaten.
I have a feeling that was intended in a much different context out of your mouth.
I hate this place. This shit looks like Skibidi Toilet. Or tasty.
Well, someone took catfishing to a new level. I've heard of cat fisting, but not cat heading. Oh, yes, that's a very popular pastime, even in my day down in Louisiana. You dip your hand in a bucket of chum, get down in the water, and stick your fingers into a catfish hole. Wiggle them around until it bites on. Then you pull it out. I believe some of you know it as noodling. Who's been faithful as a nun? Oh, still, I need to get that.
I can't really blame you, Alice.
Oh, of course they're going to change now, just when I needed to add it to my wardrobe for my performances. Oh well. Well, that is very much a concerning sound. I did not realize the hotel had opened a daycare. Somebody get Miss Charlie around here to solve this. I am not exactly a child-friendly individual. That is to say that I'm not friendly with children. I tend to be more bitey than I am.
What about pigs?
Well, I believe Angel made it very clear I'm to stay away from fat nuggets. I only made mention of turning him into a bacon sandwich once. I'm still very much tempted. Now, enough of that. I'll be finding a human resources officer to work here soon enough.
I'm gonna cut your horns off, Al.
Well, considering my demonic nature as a deer-based demon, I'm pretty sure I shed them at least once a year anyway.
You shit?
You can't touch me, but I can touch you.
This is quite a cacophony. The mayhem, the disdain, it's normally what I live for. But this is all getting to be rather much.
Trust me. For your safety.
I was about to say, is Ka here somewhere?
Use numb.
The Burmese python from the Jungle Book? Really? Am I that out of touch?
You. That's what I'm.
Quiet. No, Shadow. Stay quiet.
I do believe it's time I find a slightly less chaotic realm. Actually, looking at the time, I don't have much longer I can be on. So I suppose the smart thing to do would be to return to my radio tower and end this broadcast.
Your slave is here.
Slave. I agree to this.
Oh, I don't really care what Husker does at the moment. I have to go and turn off the broadcast.
Okay.
Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is, of course, time to end this broadcast. Sadly, I wasn't making things up. Unfortunately, I am on a bit of a schedule. So that said, thank you all for tuning into the Moonshadow Mystery Channel. I do apologize, though, that such a cacophony of chaotic mayhem ensued in the way that it did. Even I found it unlikely for it to be very entertaining in retrospect. But I suppose I'll leave that up to all of you in the viewing audience. If you enjoyed today's broadcast, please click the like button. Of course, if you didn't, you're more than welcome to hit the other one, though I would implore you not to. Feel free to let us know in the comments your thoughts on the video, or to leave any suggestions or critique you may have. If you're new to visiting us, thank you for tuning in. Please click the name above the description below to see our backlog of videos. I assure you it's more than just the likes of I've just taken over for the most part. But he will be trying to get new content on here soon that's not just focused on me. We just need to figure out what. But that said, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to say farewell. So I hope you have a great week and a great weekend ahead, depending on when you get around to seeing today's broadcast. And as always, remember, don't go changing for anyone but yourselves. We'll see you again here, same Moonshadow time, same Mystery Channel. Until then, loathsome sinners, see you all soon.